great beat. You like the sound to like bury inside your brain?
We just used to like.
We just used to like do our own thing. We just used to like.
It's a familiar idea, cliched even, music as time machine. Everybody, at some point or another, will have experienced the peculiar time-shifting properties of a particular song or piece, tethering us to a lost time, springing us back there in an instant like a length of psychoactive elastic, or hyperspacing us forward into a possible future. But what is the specific alchemy here? Hypothesis: it's hardware music.
Hardware music.
Chunky and analog. Analog is of a time, a place, anchored in a way that digital just isn't quite, with its ironed out atemporal smoothness. Picture the cell. Synthesizers, samplers and drum machine chained inelegantly together with a chaos of wire. A messy Millennium Falcon cockpit. The boot of your mate's banged up second-hand DeLorean. How many times have you spilt beer on that flux capacitor? And somehow it all still works. Hardware, processing sonic energy encoded into wax. Gathering velocity, a controlled, slow-motion panic attack. Visiting profound physical and psychological changes upon a human body with intense and highly varied temporal effects. Does kind of sound like a time machine.
In the dance, the music can both clarify the present and distort it. It's made for moments, discreet and fleeting, as much as for an hour-long set, a whole night, a complete narrative. It's designed to flow, but there are many points of interest along the way. A particular peak, trough, build-up or drop. A precision switch or watercolor blend, a specific pulse of bass, one weightless tumble of drums catching you just so, creating a bubble, a warm, frozen cocoon. Rewinds are perhaps the most direct and potentially jarring application of this concept. A tool to repeat the same moment over and over again whether you want to or not. Effective when it hits right, but it doesn't work for everybody. And when these endless moments eventually end, because of course they end, suddenly you're in the future, instantaneously as though you just skipped over the time in between. But we'll come back to the future.
The funny thing is that you never actually lived here, and you know that. You never stumbled home like this, veins buzzing with soft electricity. You never knew these people. They never existed. Not like this, anyway. This life was never yours. You never twirled like this with these beautifully wankered planets wobbling in your orbit. And yet, you remember it as though you did. There is a space inside you where it lives. You feel the ache of it, as though this space, these beats, and these shimmering pads have rewired your memories, releasing all the familiar chemicals just to make the illusion extra compelling. A fascinating side effect, mostly harmless, so long as they don't accidentally erase anything. Some essential files down there.
Is it still time travel if the future you're heading to doesn't exist anymore? Perhaps it's like cheap knockoff time travel, an echo of the buzz you're used to, several layers removed, evoking the feeling of anticipation even if the specific destination has been cancelled. So here you are, desperately pestering the ghost of a DJ, asking if they do requests, even though you know they don't. Asking if they can take you to that future again, even though you know they can't. That future of naff CGI sprites, aesthetically hideous, intoxicatingly beautiful polygon cities, abundant greenery, clear running water everywhere, egalitarian spaces with room for every shape. Asking them if they can make you feel the way you think you might once have felt. They can do that at least. In a way. Nice one, mate. Nice one. Is it still time travel? This perception holiday, this reverse archaeology, decrypting a map of an imagined universe sorry. What was I saying?